Page 251, this is the Pyrenees Melody at the bottom of the page. Again, see if you can sight read it or the best you can do. I'll look it over, it's 2 lines long, treble bass clef, 1 sharp in the key signature. It's either in the key of G major or E minor. It appears to be G major, but I'm going to do the scales on our pages for both. G major and E minor, all right. I assume that you're doing these 2 octaves by now. And if you're really getting good at them and you're comfortable with it, then go ahead and do the 4 octaves. Don't try the 4 octaves if you can't do the 2 octaves comfortably. There's no hurry as far as I'm concerned. 2 4-time signature, 1 hand at a time here. It's right hand, 1 and 2 and 1 and then you got to come down. I'm not too sure about that. Let's take a look at all the notes in the first 2 measures in the right hand. You have here, here, and here. That's actually a G chord in second version. It's extended. That's the fingering for it. So that's the fingering I'm going to use. So I don't have to go here to here. I don't want to do that. There's a rest you can. I don't want to do. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Now you can do that. And in fact, the 1 4 in the 3rd measure, you couldn't do 2 4 if you want to. But you just used a 2. You might not want to do that. You can do that, whichever. Measure 5. 1 and 2 and 1. 1 E and a. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 1. And then come down. Last 2 measures. You can do here and a 2 5 or a 1 5. I don't know if your hand fits here or not. I usually do a 2 5 and here. And there's not much I can do about measure 6 because you're here, come down. However, if you'd like to try another fingering in measure 5, do a 5 4 2. Again, we get into this position. But 5 2, and then when you come down, you're not coming as far. Otherwise, you're coming from here to here, or here. It's not as far. Different people do different things. Generally, I'll move as little as possible, and here and then. Here. Finger it however your teacher tells you to. Left hand, well, let's see, you're starting here. And I like this fingering. Take the first 4 notes in the left hand here. That's that G chord in extended position. That is the fingering for it. This fingering we use in our arpeggios, so that's what we're doing. 1 and 2. And you don't have to cover all the notes all the time. You can come up as you go up. Here. 1 and 2. And then come up, measure 5, you're here. 1 and I do a 4. I don't know why they want you to do a 5. That didn't make any sense to me. Because you're here, measure 6, measure 7, just stay there. 4, 1, or 2 even, I don't care. Whichever. I don't agree with the 5 there in measure 7. I'd do a 4. Then we put the hands together and see how much fun we can have. Here, it's a 1 and then come up. Your 1 beat rest. The right hand plays first. Make sure it gets up here. As it's doing, you can move this. Or you can get them both up here quickly, but just make sure that right hand is there because it's got to go first. Here. So once I have the notes, rhythm, and fingering worked out, then I'll make sure there's no hesitations. And then I add the articulation. And here it's connected here. And you have to play the rests, which means you have to be quiet. You play a rest by being quiet. So the articulation is pretty much just played as it's written. Dynamics, F, Z, sforzando, it could be an S, F, Z, F, Z, it could be whatever you want it to be. It is a major accent, it's loud. Let the wrist claps a little bit. That's at 1 note. And this, I'd go about a moderately loud and go down to soft. Actually down very soft. And then the second line is the same thing. couple of things. One, on these eighth note, eighth rest things. It's almost like you put in a quarter notes, 2 quarter notes with staccatos, except they're not really short staccatos. So just make sure you hold it out for a full half count. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Don't go short. That's staccato. We want 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You come up on and 4 and. So make sure you hold those eighth notes out a full half count. And the natural accents, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Feel that. As far as the dynamics go, we're playing chords here, the 2 hands together. This is like measures 2, 3, 4. We're just playing block chords. But in my mind, the upper note in the right hand is the melody. That's the melody. So if you're struggling with this, then I would say play the right hand louder than the left. I keep this soft. But if you can do that okay, see if you can play the top note in the right hand louder than the bottom note. So play the other note real soft. That takes control and that takes time to get, but you'll be a much better pianist if you can learn to do that. Then we hear the melody. It just comes out more. Rather than just chord, 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 there's actually a melody that sort of flows. A choppy melody, but nevertheless a melody. Then the speed, allegretto, between moderato and allegro. This 1, 2, 1, 2, somewhere in there. Moderato is a 1, 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, that's moderato. Allegro's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. Allegretto's in the middle somewhere. I don't know. Let's play this together slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics. We're going to go really slow. I'll give us 2 counts. Ready and go and. Rest.